Good morning YouTube, hope you're all well. Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to talk about how you can kind of maintain muscle or try and keep as much as you've got when you've got an injury. This is kind of good for obviously the lockdown period we seem to be going through as well, so we can obviously incorporate in that, but I feel like I'm a bit late to that party considering, we're almost out lockdown and gyms open up back again. But so it can kind of go for like if you've got an injury like myself, I injured my back. It's still a wee bit hard to kind of bend over and pick things up, especially if it's extremely heavy. But there's a few things I've been doing that have been helping out. So I'll take you over some of the exercise I've been doing, also some of the things you can do and what you can look up. Depending on your injury, obviously, if your injury is quite severe, then you might not want to exercise at all. Or if it's something like myself where you've strained a muscle in your back, or damage the muscle in your back, I suppose, there is some things, as long as the doctor obviously gives you exercises, do them, but there is other things you can do that will help out, not just with your back, other injuries too, and how you can try and maintain as much muscle as possible. So throughout the day, I'll just take you through some tips and tricks. I'm also going to meet up with my friend Tommy later on, so I'll try and get him in the video actually, depends if he's camera shy or not, but which will be really funny. But yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching all these videos as well. I do appreciate everyone that keeps watching them and liking them all. But yeah, so I'll keep up with you during the day and what I'm doing. I am currently about to start work, so I'll catch up with you when I'm on either my break or my lunch. So that's me just on my lunch break, or I've got a few minutes left of my lunch break. So I'll kind of hit you with the first tip. Sorry for all the shakiness. So I'll kind of hit you with the first tip. So the first thing I kind of worked on, and the doctor kind of told me to, was to work on mobility. So as soon as I had injured my back, I couldn't really touch my toes or anything because I had injured the quadriceps lumborum or something like that. It's one of the muscles next to your back that's next to the erectors, right behind. So I had to work on mobility, so I was given a few mobility exercises. I was asked if I could go and see a physio. You can, but obviously with lockdown and stuff, it was quite hard. So there was a website, you could go to the NHS website and they gave you loads of exercises, but what I also done was I had YouTubed a lot of how to stretch it out and how to work on it and get mobility back. So now I can basically touch my toes again. There's other mobility things I've done for my lower back. There's loads of exercises you can do. I can list a few below. I'll put some of them below that I've been doing. I might even go through them as well, but I'll see if I can be bothered. It might be hard to set up, but I did loads of mobility work for my lower back and my posterior chain, because it was mostly like my posterior chain that was affected because it was a bit weak, which was causing my lower back to take a lot more stress when I was weightlifting or just running and things like that. My lower back was getting a lot of stress because my posterior chain, like my hamstrings and my bum and things, they were not as strong as they should be. So once I kind of fixed my mobility after a couple of weeks, I started doing more exercises to work my posterior chain, not like weightlifting or anything, just simple exercises like hip thrusts, and then some hamstring work you can do. I'm trying to think of the name of it, can't remember the name of it, but you put your feet under the couch, you face forward, and then you lean as far down as you can get, and then once you hit the ground you kind of just pull yourself back up, and that kind of works your hamstrings. There was other exercises I did for like stretching and things that helped ease the pain. So hopefully when the gyms go back, I hope to be lifting some weights. I'm not going to go straight in, but I'm going to be taking my time and trying to get myself worked back up to where I was. Might take me a couple of months, but it'll take its time, and then hopefully once I'm there again I should be back to normal and won't get injured again. But high chances are with the weightlifting it's going to happen. But I'll catch you in the next one with the next tip when I'm out. I think I'm going to take a trip down to the shops. There's some things I want to get. I saw that the Morrison's near my bit has some low calorie tortillas, so I'm going to try and get a hold of them, and hopefully different flavours of low calorie ice cream. But I'll see you when I'm out walking again. As you'll see by the clips of my breakfast this morning, I had an Italian baked egg. I didn't bother filming yesterday, I ended up getting too lazy, so I decided to just leave it. It was also really dark by the time I went out a walk with Tommy. So decided I'll film today. I'm going up to meet my dad for a coffee. and then just walk about a wee bit, get some steps in. But the next biggest thing I'd say that helped with my injury personally, obviously depending on your injury, it's up to you, but moving about. So because I had a damaged muscle in my back, I tried to move about as much as possible by going out my walks, which helped obviously the muscle from stop tightening up, kept it like loose. Means I was working it, stopped it getting fatigued, because if I just sat down all day and then kept working out, just sat down all day and didn't bother like walking about or anything, the muscle would have got all stiff and sore, and then by the time I tried to train again, it wouldn't have been loose enough for me to to do anything. So walking about is the biggest thing, and I probably mentioned walking in every single vlog. I'll probably make a t-shirt or a jumper and that will just say walking on it, but it is a big thing I introduced a lot more in my life for the past couple of months. Extremely important. It has helped obviously manage a lot of things, especially the pain. Obviously that's what the doctor told me to do. That's probably the next big step, would be listen to what your doctor's got to say, because obviously if your doctor's telling you not to go out and walk about, then don't go out and walk about, but mine's advised to try and walk about as much as possible to keep the muscle loose and active, to stop it stiffening up. So definitely I'd listen to your doctor, do everything your doctor says. As my doctor prescribed me with like stretches and things to do, and he said also there's a website I can look at, so I'd done that, and I'd done my own research, because he said that was okay, you need to look up research to fix the muscle that was injured and damaged. So that's what I'd done. But obviously if your doctor advises against that, then you listen to your doctor. You don't want to go against your doctor's rules. You go back to the gym and you're injured. Excited because I'm excited this week, as gyms do open back up Saturday. However, my training will be very different. I think I'll be moving into more cardio, so I'll do a lot more cycling things that I can do rather than weightlifting. I'll probably try and use the cable machine and pec deck and things, things that add resistance, but I don't need to like pick up and use a lot of strength for, especially my lower back, in case I reawaken that injury. So probably in the next couple of weeks up until January, I'll probably just try and not use as much weight as possible, or try and slowly creep up the weight instead of just try to jump in what I was at before. But I do put all these posts on my Instagram, so I'll leave a wee square here to remind you to obviously go and follow me on there. You'll see all the posts that I talk about here as well. So I'll catch you in the next clip. So that's me just done being out with my dad. Went out a big walk. I think I've been out for about 2 hours, I want to say. You're probably wondering where the hat went. It's in my pocket, it's starting to rain, and the woolly hat's not the best for these sort of conditions. Wee bit out of breath, just walked up the big hill. It's quite steep, pure takes it out of you. Realised I didn't really talk much about the Italian baked egg I made. So it was 2 eggs, a tin of tomatoes, and also some spinach, and I put some chilli flakes and things in it. It came to about 390 calories, which is quite good. It was really filling. You can add more eggs, obviously, you can do what you want with it. You can add like broccoli and things to it, chilli, actual chilies to it. However, I bought chilies a couple of weeks ago and they went out of date, because I took ages to make this. I'll leave all the ingredients down in the description below and how I made it and things. I might actually start maybe a YouTube series with this. Maybe like once a week I'll cook something and it's like healthy, and just show you healthy alternatives you can use, or I could just cook meals and show you what I kind of cook or what I'm trying to make. Or if you've got any, what's the word I'm looking for? Any ideas, you can obviously just leave them down in the comments below, or Instagram me and I'll try and make it, or make a healthy version. So I'm currently just walking home, as I said. I thought I'd bring up another tip that's probably helped with my injury, that's probably one of the most important, and that would be sleep. Sleep's probably the best thing, because when you sleep, your obviously body recovers, and that's obviously the most optimal time. So I tried to increase my sleep from maybe 7 hours a day to 8, maybe 9 hours a day, which has helped with the injury, because that's when your body's going to recover. It's probably the best time for you. There's things you can do to manage sleep, but I'll make that in a separate video in an Instagram post, how you can increase your sleep and make it better, what things you can do and tips you can follow. But sleep's definitely a big thing that I've been doing recently and trying to improve upon, because my sleeping pattern was a wee bit off, especially because I was trying to go to the gym really early in the morning. But thankfully, obviously with the gyms being closed for the last 3 weeks, my sleep's managed to be quite good. So yeah, that's probably another big tip. So if you're ever injured or looking to recover from any injuries, definitely increasing your sleep will also help with that. It'll help speed up the process. Yeah, so just currently walking home. I am going to make myself some lunch, so I'll show you what I'm going to have. It's just probably going to be wraps and chicken, to be fair. It's nothing exciting. If I actually want that, I don't actually know. I'll need to see what I've got. Either the next time you'll see me, we'll be having lunch, or you'll probably see me with Chloe when we're driving to the shops to get things. I feel like that's my whole life at the moment, it's just going to shops and buying food. But, oh well, nothing else to do, I suppose. See you in the next clip. So I think I'll finish the video off here today. So I'd say the next big tip is obviously just giving it time. Time's the best thing, obviously. Not rushing into things, you know, just letting yourself heal. It's probably the best thing I've done. You know, it's been 3 weeks since I've injured myself, but I'll probably still need I reckon I'll need another couple of weeks, but you know, the longer I leave it, the better it'll be for me, so I can train better as the time comes, because obviously if I jump into it too fast, re-injure myself, that'll be more time I need to take off the gym. So yeah, give myself some time and then I should be back training again in no time. Obviously I won't be as strong as I used to be, but that's fine. Muscle memory will bring everything back to normal. But yeah, so just finish this off here. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and follow my Instagram too. Bye bye.